Well, before I start, I just want to say sorry because I'm not a sex worker and I think that I'm maybe occupying someone's place. But this someone, unfortunately, cannot stand here due to additional risks and due to the stigma that these people are still living in. So I am living in direct provision, and I'm seeing a lot of people who are basically in the position that they don't have choice. And of course some people are enjoying it or whatever, but I don't know these people. I know people who have to. And criminalizing anything around these activities definitely doesn't help them and definitely doesn't protect them. Mostly people who I know as a gay man is young boys. Some of them are straight, some of them are gay, some of them I don't know yet. But what makes them practice sex work is the institutionalized poverty of direct provision. These people claim for international protection. It's their fundamental human rights. But they are forced to live on $38.80 per week, being in their 20s, having the same desires that everyone or most of people in this room have, which is sometimes take a pint, sometimes do something else, but unfortunately they cannot afford it on $38.80. And another thing that I'd really like to highlight is the way how a lot of people in direct provision are seen by the hosting society, or of course not by the whole of the society, not all members of the society, but by some people who, when they see young, black, mostly, man or woman, they feel that they have a right to offer sex for a certain amount of money. And this is also an effect of the institutionalized poverty of direct provision. Because these people would immediately identify as those who have no other means, who are living in extreme poverty, and more likely they will accept the offer. You were saying that you are dealing with people who are who have been trafficked, who have been beaten, abused. Most of people in direct provision have been trafficked, have been raped, abused. But for some reason, 20 years after, the system is still going on. The way to end this is to stand together against direct provision, stand with Movement of Asylum Seekers, stand with a lot of people who are claiming the end of this cruel system. There is no need. There is no need to have people in these conditions. There is no need to implement additional legislations that will put these people at risk. They are at risk enough. And what we really have to do, if we think about people who need support and they are experiencing sex work, is to fight for PrEP, is fight against direct provision, is fight for any means to protect. And as I always was saying, there is no asylum seekers, there is people seeking asylum. They are people, like everyone here. and they need help. And criminalizing the potential clients or them, you definitely don't help. I would also like to do a small announcement that the 5th of October, Movement of Asylum Seekers will organize a conference to acknowledge the 5th anniversary of the protests in Cork Direct Provision Center and also the 20th anniversary of the system of direct provision. There is also now the new big challenge for everyone who think about it and who are working on these issues is the emergency accommodations. A lot of people are basically sharing rooms in the normal hotels, and we know that there were some offers, for the same reason that I mentioned above. So I don't know, I think a lot of were said, and a lot of was very valid. I'm coming from the country where, unfortunately, the debates, any political debates, are basically impossible. So I'm very happy that both sides have met, that both sides have a chance to talk to each other, look at each other's eyes, and be able to discuss these issues, because unless we have dialogue, unless we have the possibility to argue to each other, we are not moving to any place. So thank you very much, and direct provision.